Hi guys, it's me again. Well, here it is. Another new year. 2022. I graduated college 10 years ago as of this June, and quite frankly, I don't know how I feel about that. Anyways, this time last year, I made a video talking about my art from the previous year and my resolutions for the coming one, using a time-lapse of my first art of the year. I'd like to do that again. However, my first art of the year last year was a redraw of my first art of the year before that, and I'll be honest, I'm getting a little sick of that picture. I want something different for this year. So what I've decided on instead is new channel art. I know I just changed everything around not long ago, but that was always meant to be a temporary thing until I could do a full redesign. I'm talking new icon, new banner, new end card, and a new look for myself. This channel Sona, for lack of a better term, was a good idea at the time. I designed her to look vaguely like me, but I wanted to change up the dress every video to have a different color and design depending on the subject, like fashion icon Ms. Valerie Frizzle. The problem with that is that it's a huge pain in the ass to put together every time, and making new sprites is more trouble than it's worth. Plus, the left arm on this one doesn't even work. It's time for something new. The idea I have for my new little Sona is a ragdoll. Since my name is Rags, and my channel and various social media usernames are Magical Girl Mascot or some variation, I thought it would be cute to design what I think I would look like as a ragdoll that's also the mascot for a Magical Girl team. Themed around, I don't know, clothes, toys, it's not really important. I drew up a few little sketches of her, and I'm excited to start making her a reality. We're going to start off with a bit of a brag and drag, then talk about my 2022 resolutions. Without further ado, let's talk about 2021. I had a few wins last year. The first big one was finishing the D20 Magical Girls, sort of. I didn't wind up doing an artificer, even though I do have ideas for her, but that's fine. I still designed a whole 12 characters, and drew 2 full illustrations for each one. I'd already done several in 2020, but this year I did the Sorcerer, Rogue, Monk, Fighter, and Barbarian. I think of all the ones I did this year, the one I'm happiest with is the Rogue. I just think she's cute. I'm planning on making some videos about them as characters later on this year, as well as working them into a real workable project. Make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss that. I also started making the Great PreK watching videos. I'm having fun with it so far because it gives me an outlet to talk about something I otherwise wouldn't have a space to. It also makes me draw fan art for a series I normally wouldn't. That's good because it helps to hone my sense of style and what I do and don't like in character design. I'll definitely be continuing the watching series this year. It gives me an excuse to talk about magical girls for extended periods, and it's a great exercise in pose practice. Plus, sometimes I get to draw my ships holding hands. There are many benefits to being an artist. The last big art win for 2021 was getting going on my PreK fan series, Yo Ho Ho Pirate Pretty Cure. I learned about the existence of PreK fan series around late winter of 2021, and I think they're extremely cool. Since then, Pirate PreK has taken up a lot of real estate in my brain and in my sketchbook. For those of you who didn't watch my last video, it's also the story I was working on for NaNoWriMo this year. I drew a lot of Pirate PreK stuff, from cure and villain designs to concept art for the transformation items to stupid shitpost doodles of the series mascot. Like, I did the math, and almost a quarter of all the art I posted on Twitter this year was Pirate PreK related. And that's just what I posted on Twitter. There are a lot of half-finished sketches that I didn't post. To make a long story short, I'm having a blast. I love my pirate OCs very much. Alright, here's a brief list of little wins that I'm happy with, but don't need to be a whole paragraph to themselves. I drew a lot more fan art than in 2020 for a lot of different fandoms, including Stardew Valley, Bionicle, Miitopia, Deltarune, and Kirapri. I also did a couple screenshot redraws that I think turned out reasonably well. I drew my TTRPG characters a lot again this year, and finally got to play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It's quickly become our group's game of choice. I didn't finish this picture of Adelaide, my Aasimar sorcerer from a Descent into Avernus campaign, but I still like it a whole lot. Someday I'll finish the whole thing. I participated in Art Fight for the first time ever. I only drew a few pictures because July of this year was a bad month for me, but I had a great time. Go Team Steampunk! I talked about this in my last video, but I won NaNoWriMo for the first time ever too. But, well, that was the brag, now we get to the drag. For one thing, I didn't post art every week like I said I wanted to in last year's video. I did pretty well. I got all the way to mid-April before I missed a week. And then another one, and one in June, and another one in July, and a couple in August, and then almost all of September, and October, and November, and December. It was a rough one, folks. I've alluded to this a bit in my last video, and if you follow me on any other social media, I've definitely talked about it there too. But at the end of June 2021, literally on the last day of school, they got all the elementary school library staff together and told us that as of June 2022, they're going to be cutting our position entirely. Board wide. Not like there's going to be a total overhaul of the position, it's just gone. And as far as we know right now, it won't be replaced by anything. I have no idea who's going to maintain the school libraries and learning commons. I have no idea what my employment situation is going to look like in the summer. On top of all that, I once again got hit by burnout around the summertime. I think the pressure to always have a fully finished piece every week on top of my, full-time job with an hour to an hour and a half commute every day really, drained me pretty fast. And not to be all poor me, but I hardly get any engagement when I post my art on social media, and that definitely does a hit to my ego and my motivation. I'm not meaning to shame anyone for not liking or reblogging or commenting on my work. This is no one's fault. It's just, intrinsic motivation, doing something because I like it, really only gets me so far, I crave the validation serotonin. I like what I do, but I want other people to like it too. Alright, enough with the pity party. Let's talk resolutions. In 2021, my resolutions were that I wanted to get faster, watch more art YouTubers, and post art every week. We've already talked about how that last one went, disastrously, but the other two? I definitely started watching more artists on YouTube, though Dreamy Pion and Vega are still my favorites. Little Emmy's Art, ABD Illustrates, Party Neko, S Comic Maker. Yeah, I don't always watch every video, but I still like them a lot. As for getting faster, I don't know exactly how well I did there. My goal was too vague, and I didn't really do much to try and measure it. I do think I streamlined some of the process though, because some of my pirate PreK pieces took a lot less time than my D20 Magical Girls or even stuff for the Watchening. I think there's been some improvement, even if I can't exactly quantify it. For 2022, I want to try posting art every week again, but I'm broadening it a bit. Originally, I was trying to post a full piece every week. Fuck that shit, I'm busy. My current goal is to post a work-in-progress picture every Wednesday. I'll call it Work in Progress Wednesdays. Why Wednesdays? Well, it's the only day of the week that starts with W. But yeah, no matter what stage of the piece I'm on, I'll post a photo or screenshot on Wednesdays, then post the whole picture whenever it's finished. I also want to post videos more consistently. I'm going to aim for 2 videos a month, though that might drop to 1 during months like November with NaNoWriMo or July with Art Fight and also NaNoWriMo. July's gonna suck, isn't it? Anyway, I've made myself a little schedule for the year to try and help stick to this one. I don't think more than 2 videos a month is feasible for me right now. This is a lot of work for something that's basically just a hobby after all. But that's okay. I have a lot of ideas for videos coming up and I'm excited to work on them. I'd like to start streaming again too, but I'm not sure how I'll go about that yet, so it's less of a New Year's resolution and more of a vague future goal. My other goals only sort of have to do with art. I want to finish at least the first draft of Pirate PreK, maybe even edit it if I'm feeling spicy. I also want to draw more for it. I've been trying to figure out a poster for it for months, and I want that to be done. I'm also trying to teach myself how to use Ren'Py, or however it's pronounced, for, reasons. Don't worry about it. Well, that's all from me for now. What are your goals for 2022, art or otherwise? Let me know in the comments. Have a good day or night or whatever it is where you are, get your COVID booster, and I'll see you soon. Bye!